Hello everyone and welcome to a new video. My name is Harmon. Today's video is all about the abduction and murder of 21-year-old Whitney Heichel. Now Whitney lived here in a town called Gresham, Oregon, and she worked here at this Starbucks that we're coming up to right now. It's on the corner of Burnside Drive, I believe is the name of the street, and she was murdered by a guy named Jonathan Holt. And Jonathan Holt actually lived in the same apartment complex as Whitney did. So we're going to get into all the details of this case. I'm going to show you guys her apartment, where she was taken from. Now, supposedly there's some sort of memorial or plaque for Whitney somewhere on this property. I'm not seeing it yet, but I'm going to walk around and see. Now, what's interesting, guys, about Jonathan Holt is the fact that he actually attended the same Jehovah's Witness church that Whitney attended, and again, they lived in the same apartment complex, which is only about 5 minutes up the road from where I am right now. Whitney was married, and ironically enough, Jonathan Holt was also married. Now, Whitney Heichel and her husband had only been married for about 1 year and 9 months. They were not married for that long. And on top of that, Whitney and her husband both went over to Jonathan's house many times in order to help take care of Jonathan's plants and cats that he had. So they obviously knew each other quite well. And it's interesting that even though Whitney and her husband were trying to help, it sounds like Jonathan just took advantage of Whitney's kindness and unfortunately murdered her. All right, guys, I'm here at the Arden Apartments here on Mount Hood Highway. This is where Jonathan and Whitney both lived. Now, unfortunately, I couldn't find the exact apartment of Whitney or Jonathan, so I'm just going to walk around and show you kind of what this apartment complex looks like. So on October 16th, 2012, the day Whitney was murdered, Whitney was preparing for work. She kissed her husband goodbye and got outside here to the parking lot. I believe it was somewhere around 7 or 8 in the morning, pretty early. And outside was Jonathan Holt. And Jonathan asked her, he said, "Hey Whitney, can I have a ride?" And so since Whitney knew him, she decided, sure, I'll give you a ride. Soon after they got in the car, Jonathan actually ended up pulling a gun on Whitney and ended up basically making her drive to a place about 40 minutes from here. It's called Larch Mountain. And basically he forced her at gunpoint to do some sexual activity with him. He decided to shoot her, and unfortunately he shot her numerous times until she died. After Jonathan raped and killed Whitney, he again basically dumped her body up there on Larch Mountain, and thankfully some surveillance footage captured Jonathan at some gas stations using Whitney's credit cards. And combination of that and also the fact that police got some DNA evidence found in Whitney's car that belonged to Jonathan, so they were able to arrest him with that evidence for the unfortunate sexual assault and murder. He was sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. I went and searched online However, I could not locate the grave of Whitney. I looked around and it just says unknown on findagrave.com, and I looked on some other websites and I just could not seem to locate where her grave was. So the best we can do, guys, is I can just show you the apartment complex here. Also, some neighbor kids actually found Whitney's cell phone. I'm assuming Jonathan grabbed it and threw it, but they found it right here in the apartment complex, the parking lot. And they finally found Whitney's body after Jonathan confessed to her murder. And after he confessed to her murder, he ended up leading the detectives on the case to where her body was. So when all is said and done, 21-year-old Whitney Heichel lost her life, all for literally no reason whatsoever, and all because a 24-year-old named Jonathan Holt, and he, for whatever reason, got insanely obsessed with Whitney. Maybe after spending time with her in the Jehovah's Witness church, maybe after she, was helpful and nice to him, helping him out with his cats and his plants, something kind of clicked in his brain, and he, I guess, just couldn't handle not being with her, I guess, or something like that. Anyway, guys, that pretty much wraps it up. I hope you guys who are new around here can subscribe to my channel. Once again, it is always free to subscribe. And if you have any suggestions on any other cases I should do, feel free to send them in the comments down below. And until next time, guys, thanks for watching. My name is Harmon, and I'll see you guys on the next one. See you soon.